All right, here we go, y'all. Another Big Duke's joke pack. Joke pack number 5. Yes, sir. Number 5, baby. Y'all already know. Hey, I appreciate every single one of y'all again. I always say that in my videos. Y'all continue to request them jokes. I told you, send your requests, and I'm gonna do my best to try to do the joke over, because most of my jokes, like I told you, will never be the same, because I do them without a piece of paper. I just come off the dome. However they come out, they come out. You feel what I'm saying? So continue to request your jokes. I'm gonna continue to provide y'all with these good laughs, these good skits, and some informative information. You know, little things here and there. You know what it is. You know how I do. I'm an entertainer. You feel me? Y'all sit back and enjoy this new joke pack. It is. Here we go. So you had this guy that had just got released from the army because he got injured. He injured his leg. So he was on a train, and he was the only American on the train. He was on his way home. So he was on the train looking for a seat because the train was packed. So he walking around looking. He couldn't find no seat. Then he came to this lady, and she was sitting next to a dog in the seat. He said, "Excuse me, ma'am, is this your dog?" She said, "Yes, it is. Why?" He said, "Ma'am, I just got released from the army, and I injured my leg. I'm tired, ma'am." He said, "You mind if you hold your dog in your lap so I can sit down?" She said, "You Americans are ridiculous. You think you just come on here and demand something and I'm supposed to jump and do it? No. Do you know how far me and my little princess walk? That's my little daughter right there. She's just like you. She's tired too. Her legs are hurting. No. Find another seat." The American just shook his head and walked off. He started looking for a seat, only to end up right back in front of the lady. He said, "Lady, I beg you, please hold your dog in your lap." She say, "No. N-O." Do I make myself clear? Is that in English? Do you understand that? And she turned her head. The American said nothing. He just reached down, picked up the dog, and threw the dog out the window. The lady said, "Oh my God, he just threw my dog out the window. Somebody help me, somebody help me." So this old man got up, little foreign dude, he got a cane. He walked over. He said, "You Americans always do things backwards. You drive on the wrong side of the road. You eat with the wrong hand. Now you just threw the wrong bitch out the window." Oh, shit. Yes, hey, that's a good one, boy, I'm telling you. All right, so you had this black man, white man, and this Chinese man. And they all died and went to the gates of heaven. And they were standing in front of the gate waiting. St. Peter said, each one of you guys needs something on you that represent Christmas to get through these gates. The Chinese man said, "Ugh." He pulled out a lighter. He lit it. He said, "This represents a candle." St. Peter said, "Good job. You can go through the gate." The white dude said, "Ugh." He pulled out the keys. He said, "This represents bells." St. Peter said, "Good job. You can go through the gates." The black man said, "Oh, man. God, dog. Oh." He pulled out a pair of panties. St. Peter said, "Now, how does that represent Christmas?" He said, "These are carols." Some of y'all missed that. Hey, some of y'all missed that. So you had this guy that was going to the barber. He sat in the favorite barber seat. He's sitting there. The barber said, "What do you want today?" He said, "Give me a fade. But on this side, I want you to blend it real good. Make sure it ain't no line. But on this side, I want you to leave a line going around my head." He said, "Up here on the top, I want you to go against the grain on that side. On this side right here, I want you to go with the grain. Oh, put a little patch like right there. And then when you do my edge, make my edge kind of lopsided like that, leaning." The barber said, "Now, why in the hell would you want somebody to do your head like that?" The man said, "Hell, that's how you did it last time." Oh, Lord, I cracked myself up. Hey, I know some of y'all like, "Boy, this boy corny as fuck." Hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So you had little Johnny one day pulling his wagon. He was pulling his wagon. And just so happened when he was pulling his wagon, he got right in front of a church. When he got in front of the church, the wheel on the wagon fell off. Johnny said, "God damn." The preacher said, "Hey, you don't say that. You say, 'God help me.'" Johnny said, "Okay." Put the wheel in the wagon. He started back pulling his wagon. So the next day, he was pulling his wagon again. He got right in front of the church again. The wheel fell off the wagon. He said, "God damn." The preacher said, "Hey, what I told you, young man, you don't say that. You say, 'God help me.'" Johnny said, "Yes, sir. Okay, sorry." He left. The next day, Johnny pulled his wagon again. Got in front of the church. The wheel fell off the wagon again. Johnny said, "God." And he paused and looked up and seen the preacher. He said, "God help me." The wheel jumped off the ground, jumped back on the wagon. The preacher said, "God damn." Straight hypocrite. Boy, I tell you, boy. Boy, I tell you. Hey, this is too funny, boy. Hey, so you had this guy one day trying to break in these people's houses. He was in a rich neighborhood, so he trying to break in these people's houses. So, he got the screwdriver, popping the lock. He pop it, The alarm tried to go off. He heard and disabled the alarm. Yeah, I don't know how he did it on the window. He did it, though. Lift the window up. He heard a voice say, I see you, and Jesus see you too. Say, what? He waited a little moment, went on ahead and pushed the window open, took his bag and stuck it in the window and dropped it. The voice said, I see you, and Jesus see you too. He said, what the? So he reached in his pocket, pulled out his flashlight. He moved the curtain to the side. He shined the light in the room. He seen a parrot. The parrot say, I see you, and Jesus see you too. He said, man. He got it, climbed up, stepped in the window, got down, put it back on the parrot. The parrot say, I see you, and Jesus see you too. The dude started hearing growling. He turned the light over. Big ass pit bull. He said, oh Lord. The parrot say, sick of Jesus. Hey, I admit, hey, that one corny. I admit that one corny. That's the one that it was corny. It's corny. I don't want to hear that. It's corny. So anyway, you had this lady was in the kitchen one day washing dishes, and all of a sudden she heard a knock on the door. So she went to the front door, opened the door. It was a stranger. She looked. She said, how may I help you? The guy say, do you have a vagina? She slammed the door in his face. Went back to washing dishes. The next day, heard the knock again. She went back, opened the door. It was the same guy. She said, how can I help you? He said, do you have a vagina? She slammed the door again. Went back to the kitchen washing dishes. That night, when her husband got off, she told her husband about it. The husband said, okay, I'm going to take off tomorrow. And if this guy come again, knock on the door, this time I'm going to hide behind the door. And I want you to say yes. I want to see what he's trying to go with this. She said, okay. So the next morning, heard the knock. They rushed to the door. The husband got behind the door because it was the same guy at the door. She opened the door. He said, do you have a vagina? She said, yes, I do. He said, good. Tell your husband to start using my wife's and use yours.